Next, we have the Seven of Cups in reverse, and this is a lack of purpose or confusion or maybe unwilling to face reality. It could talk about, also on the flip side, an end to confusion or clarity to move forward. And it's talking about alignment, personal values. Maybe you're overwhelmed by your choices and you need to ground yourself. And sometimes you get this shiny ideas or things have a hold over you. You're at a risk of losing focus and you're going down following pipe dreams. It's not going to lead anywhere. And you need to assess your options. If you have a lot of different options, you need to assess those options against priorities. You really need to look at them and evaluate what's really going to work and what isn't. Next we have the Ten of Pentacles, which is legacy, inheritance, property, the breadwinner, the provider. Sometimes it can talk about everything is well in your world and at home and manifesting your dreams, but you have to stick with it. You can't take shortcuts. This can also talk about trusts and wills and deeds, any type of legal documents like that. This is a talk about abundance, and also with this is a completion. This is the end of a cycle. You've reached that sense of completion. Next, we have the Star card, and the Star card is about hope, healing, faith, rebuilding, better times are ahead, a welcome reprieve after destruction. You've endured challenges, and you've been stripped clean of the things that's held you back. You can talk about a new sense of power, a renewed sense of power, I should say, healing rifts. Next, we have the Eight of Wands in reverse, and this is delays, and it could be delays around travel and plans. This also talks about frustration, like not getting anywhere, or you're going through panic, and this can also talk about resisting change, or perhaps waiting or slowing down, or your plans and things need to slow down because you're trying to charge ahead with an idea or a plan of something. That's like slow down because you could have missed something, or you could have made mistakes, or you're prone to make mistakes because it's haste, you're trying to move forward, and it can cause you to make poor decisions. And I can also talk about, this could mean like the bright shiny object syndrome, where you have idea here. Oh, this is good. Oh, that's good. I'm scattered. Oh, that's a good idea. This is a good idea. I'm here. Nothing ever gets to fruition because you're over here, you're over there, you're over here, you're over there, I'm back over here, and you're not grounded and stable in one area, or just two areas. You're like all over the place. And it could be like, if you are going through delays and stuff, it can be a sign to keep looking for alternative ways around a delay. Just because something happened doesn't mean you should stop and just be like, I'm done with it. It could be like maybe you need to come up with an alternative way around it. And this could also be that you need to wait on ideas and plans or situations until they become more stable. And another thing it can mean is right now everything's like slowed down, and you are using this time to align your resources and getting your life in order so that you're prepared when things get going, they get moving. Alright, next we have the Death card in reverse, and the Death card in reverse talks about resisting change. Stuck in limbo, you're holding on, it's a sense of stagnation. Take time to assess the way you approach change. It's halting or stalling because of fear of the unknown. It will leave you with regret, and you need to embrace it. Surrender to change. Next, we have the Ace of Cups in reverse, which is emotional loss or blocked creativity, or the gifts of the cup are being wasted. This can talk about emotional pain or instability. This can also talk about self-love. And you could be experiencing, or, well, not this experience, you could be exploring and connecting with your subconscious mind and your intuitions and things like that. Like you're in a private setting when you're internally exploring these things about you and these different aspects of your subconscious mind. And this can also talk about repressed emotions, hiding emotions, or denying them, ignoring them, or repressing them. Next, we have the Father of Swords in reverse. And the Father of Swords in reverse is a weakness. It could be a person, and it could be, if it is a person, it could be an air sign, so that would be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, and it could be somebody over the age of 25 or 30. But if it is a person, it could talk about their weakness, or their cruel, or their misuse of power, or they're out of control, or they have a major ego problem, or they like to show off their intellect. It could be something like that. Or it could simply mean this is about you saying your misuse of power. How do you relate? How do you use power? How do you use power towards others? And this could also be a sense of feeling out of control or lacking clarity. You're not achieving anything because of worry. Is that also an inner truth or a quiet power? The power of authority comes from within, like working behind the scenes type of thing. I'm that quiet, when I think of like chess, I don't have to show off. I'm mentally getting there. I'm working, I don't have to be glitzy and glamorous, out in the public. Oh, I'm the boss, I'm the one getting it. I'm working behind the scene, I'm achieving. I'm the quiet power behind the throne. And this could also talk about the ego getting in the way, So again, getting back to that lack of mental clarity and trying to work out which direction to go. You're scattered, your thoughts are scattered. All right, next we have the Judgment card in reverse. And with the Judgment card in reverse, this is self-loathing or doubt or lack of awareness, or perhaps you judge yourself too harshly. You could have lost momentum and you're falling behind in your plans. And another thing is, if you want to clear a past mistake or to clear past guilt, you need to practice self-love and forgiveness. People make mistakes, we fudge up sometimes, and it's okay. If you want to work through it, you're going to have to give yourself that sense of forgiveness to be able to move on. Okay? So then next here we have the Son of Wands in reverse. And with the Son of Wands in reverse, this can be anger, recklessness, impulsive, delays, not getting anywhere, scattered energy, a sense of hasteness, a passion project perhaps you're pursuing, some kind of passion or hidden thing, or something that you're excited about that you're just wanting to do, not for monetary gains, you're just wanting to enjoy it. But this could also talk about a considerable buildup of energy, like you feel restless and you're trying to accomplish everything at once, and you're rushing, and I want it done now, I want to do it now, let's move, move, move. You need to give it its space and let it come naturally, let it work. Next, we have the Fool card in reverse. And with the Fool card in reverse, this is acting foolish. This could be acting foolish by disregarding repercussions of your actions, living in the moment, not planning ahead. This is a warning to be more aware. It could be saying you're being naive. And if things sound too good, they could be, like fool's gold. Something sounds too good to be true. Next, we have the Devil card in reverse. And with the Devil card in reverse, this is freedom, release, restoring control, breaking bad habits, addictions, negative thoughts, spring cleaning and through the mind and the body, and practicing self-development, self-improvement, getting away from negative things, negative habits, negative people, gaining that control back. Next, we have the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is the inner voice, the intuition, the divine, the unconscious, the truth, the wisdom. It is time to listen to your gut. This could also talk about secrets to be revealed, and they can be beneficial to you. All right, so the overall energy I get is there is a lot of confusion going on and chaos and just a lot of scattered thoughts and feelings maybe. And I would say so with this Nine of Swords here in reverse, that you are going through some type of internal turmoil throughout the month or through some time throughout the month, and you're going to work through it. I think you're going to get your way through it, Because I feel like here with this Devil card in reverse at the end, that you're going to work through it. You're going to be fine. You're going to find a way through it and work on it. I did see with this Seven of Cups in reverse that it does say, like, you have a lot of different ideas and choices, and you have that sense of confusion, and you don't know where to go. And it can mean that you're gaining clarity, but I think it's confusion or choices about stability and about legacy and about where you have prosperity. Because you're overwhelmed. You could have a sense of overwhelm with the choices that you have around you, or all these different things are clouding your judgment. And you may have a sense of getting through the clarity right here, and you wanting, I think it's clarity about choices about how to get this prosperity, because I did pull some clarifiers for that Ten of Pentacles, and I got the Devil card. And the Devil card talks about negative thoughts, habits, addictions, self-enslavement, their lifestyle is leading down a rabbit hole. We talk about shopaholic, for an example. Next, with that, we have the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles is the Earth energy, so that could be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, so this could be your energy center. It doesn't matter, male or female. But with this here, it can also talk about financial securities and prosperities, and to have compassion with others when you deal with others. And it's about creating balance in your life. Okay, so with these two cards here, I'm wondering if you have negative thoughts about wanting that sense of financial security, about that legacy, about what you want to do, what you want to create, and having that perfect harmony and that nice home and the legacy that you will leave or have, and about getting those financial gains. And these thoughts, these negative thoughts you have about the doubts of getting that. And I think you have a lot of different scattered things going on in your mind. And I think it goes back to this. And it's like you need to create balance. You need to have structure. You need to gain that back so that you can achieve. And you will have this new sense of hope. And it's saying better times will come here. And you're going to have to rebuild yourself. And you're going to have to get a new renewed sense of power here. Maybe comes back to you. And with the Eight of Wands here next to it, you may go through some frustrations and delay. You might get that little bit of, you need to rebuild. You need to have hope, okay? Have hope and faith that things are going to come better. But you will go through delays. And if you are going through delays and frustrations, it could just simply be a time to check in, to make sure that these things truly align with what you want and what you need. And it's for a purpose. Sometimes you go through a delay and it's there on a purpose to help you gather your resource, get prepared for the next step, getting your little ducks in order. And those things can be frustrating because it could, like, if you're traveling or you've got plans and it's like everything's coming to a halt. And it could also be resisting change. Because there's change here. There's three things about resisting change right there. Because I do believe the Eight of Wands in reverse can talk about resisting change. And you're waiting on something and you're not getting anywhere. And it's like you need to change what's going on here, let go of these negative thoughts, let go of this scattered mind of here, I have all these different ideas, I have all these different things, or my mind's just, it could be your mind and your emotions just scattered, all of it together. And you need a sense of stability so that you can have this financial success and you can have that happiness and that joy and that stability and that prosperity back again. And you need to rebuild that. And maybe you're resisting it a little bit. And you might be going through those delays, but there is going to be some type of change that's going to have to come about. And you might be resisting it because you fear the unknown. You fear what you're going to do. You fear, where can I go? What is the outcome going to be? Is it going to be negative? Is it going to be bad? And you need to evaluate your approach to change and how you value change and how you see change and how you react to change. And you need to embrace it. Okay? Because you're going to be stuck in a sense of limbo until you face the issues that you have and face these chaotic energy that's going on. And with the Ace of Cups in reverse, it talks about an instability emotionally, and it also talks about opportunities and good energy and relationships and emotions, and certain things are being wasted, okay? And it's like you need to practice that self-care. And with the Ace of Cups in reverse, it can also talk about exploring and connecting to that subconscious, getting in contact with what you truly want, what you truly desire, and certain aspects of you, what I call the shadow self, is exploring these negative aspects of yourself or these deep-rooted issues that you need to deal with. And that can be done privately, and those are these emotions and these thoughts and these things that you need to work through. These could be the scattered thoughts that are going on, the scatteredness in your life, or the confusion that you feel. You need to work through those things. And I did pull a clarifier for that, and I got the Six of Swords in reverse. So when you have the Six of Swords in reverse, this is emotional baggage or unresolved issues, or again, resisting transition. All three of these, plus this one is resisting transition. You are fighting it, fighting it, fighting it, fighting it. Okay? And embrace these things, work through these issues, because it could be an issue that you haven't resolved. You need to fix these things. If you want that sense of completion, if you want to get to where you need to go, you're going to have to do the hard work of dealing with whatever issue's going on. If it's the confusion about, I don't know what I want to do, I don't know where I want to go, or I just feel confused in life, or I just feel confused about issues, or things feel chaotic. Or I feel emotional pain. Maybe there's a loss. You could have gone through a loss or something like that, or you fear loss, and you feel the unknown. But you're going to have to work through those issues. Okay? Stop this fighting it. The Six of Swords here, you're constantly trying to resist it. It's emotional baggage you need to work on, and issues that you need to fix. And then here with this Father of Swords in reverse, this is talking about that sense of unclarity and feeling out of control and not achieving anything because of worry. You're lacking that mental clarity. And your ego could be getting in the way. Sometimes it's like you don't want to admit to these things, or you don't want to admit that you have an issue, or you don't want to show your weaknesses, or, I don't have problems. I always got the answers to this and that, and this time you don't have the answers. Maybe you need to admit to yourself that I need to focus on this. There is a problem. And if this is all internal, it may be saying, don't let your ego get in the way. Ask for help if you need to. And if it's not, it could be a person that you're dealing with. It could be, like I said, an air sign that you're dealing with. And they may be something that you're making a choice about, or somebody in your life. And they are someone who is cruel, or they have a weakness, or they lack clarity, or they don't achieve things, or they misuse their power, or the negative aspects of their sign. It could be that, or it could be the way you feel about that person. And if it's not a person, it's talking about yourself. And it's talking about things are scattered, and you don't know which way to go, you don't know which direction to go in. And here you got this Judgment card coming over, that you have that self-loathing, you have that self-doubt, you're lacking that awareness, you're judging yourself too hardly, or you're judging others too harshly. Or you feel like others judge you too harshly. It could be that. And it could be that you feel like you've lost momentum and you're not getting anywhere because everything's scattered and confused and chaotic, and you feel like you're not getting anywhere. So when things feel like that, you kind of fall behind in your plans. And if you've had mistakes, or you've had boo-boos that you've made, give yourself forgiveness. Give other people forgiveness. If you got to work through those things to be able to move on. And then here with this Son of Wands, this is a fire energy. So this could be Aries, Leo, or Sag that you're working with. It could be a younger person between the ages of 18 to 30, something like that. But if it is a person, it could be somebody who's restless, reckless, anger. They're impulsive. They are also scattered energy, going on there. But if it's not a person, it is again going back to you, that you're having the sense of not getting anywhere, or experiencing delays and scattered energy and your haste. You have this, it could be a passion of ideas, or you have all these ideas and you have all this stuff and everything's just chaotic and confusing, and you don't know where to go and you don't know what to do. And then you have these ideas, you don't know how to, have this sense of I want to accomplish something, I want to do something, I know I want to do something, I'm meant for more, I want to do something. Keeps going over and over. And that energy there is being restricted, or it's built up. It's just a buildup of energy. And it makes you feel restless, and it makes you